My name is Todd Malloy, licensed marriage and family therapist, sex therapist, and sexuality educator. I've spent the last 30 years working with individuals, couples, and families in regards to creating a life worth celebrating, pressing through traumas, relationship issues, sex, intimacy, and all those other good things. In today's Ask Todd, Henry Sherman, and again, his name is changed to protect the innocent. He's 32 years old from Alabama, Alabama, from Birmingham, Alabama. He asked the question: how does he de-escalate an argument in the house and within his relationship? Well, one of the things that I like to do, and today I'm doing something different. I'm working from a book that I've read, and it's actually Coming Home to Passion by a colleague of mine, Ruth Cohen. And she has a great section in her book of when it comes to de-escalating, she calls it creating a lifeboat situation. Lifeboat situation is basically a way to approach each other after the argument is really to separate, take a moment to collect yourselves, or even in the moment, but there's a process, a four-step process that I'd like to introduce. Again, lifeboat. Life is just about life itself, but the boat is really an acronym for bid, own, appreciate, and touch. Basically, this gives you a format of how to reconnect with your partner. But again, in that, you have to take ownership for your responsibility, identify what you appreciate about your partner, and then collectively touch and agree on whatever the outcome is. Example, the first step would be to bid. Bid means really to a degree extend an olive branch, to do the overture. Typically when you have an argument, you don't want to, I don't want to talk to you, I'm going to separate myself and so forth, but that's actually working contrary to what you want. So bid is extend an olive branch, to walk up to your partner and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you. And if now is not a good time, can I do it? When would be a good time for us to connect? Because I don't like the disconnect. That would be one. And then upon which you bid and the person shares that, hey, they're ready right then or at another time, you adjust, don't take it personal, and adjust to whatever the appropriate time, the agreed upon time. Then when you come together, each of you take ownership for your piece to the dysfunction. Anytime there's a problem between any number of people, that means everybody's responsible for the disconnect. No one gets a pass, no one's innocent. So take ownership for your part in the disagreement. Hey, you know what? If we had to do it over again, there's some things that I would do differently, and I apologize for not doing that. And equally so if your partner's taking the time. So no one's actually stepping out. Everybody's taking a risk at the same time is the best way to state that. After we take ownership, is to share how you appreciate your partner's willingness to work with you, to communicate in a much more calm, settled manner, to make themselves available to get to the solution and not to have this dangling participle hanging over our lives, slowly eroding our lives. Hey, I appreciate your facial expression. I appreciate your love, your kindness. I appreciate you just making yourself available, because typically we shut down and not talk to each other for 3 or 4 days. But now we're actually being able to come together much sooner, hopefully in less than 24 hours, no more than 24 hours, that we can come together and really do what we come together to do, to be connected mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. At the end of it is touch. That kind, loving touch, is an agreement for the closure that has been gained through this process. Again, lifeboat. Bid, own, appreciate, and touch is an excellent way to de-escalate an argument, regain the closure, and start that collective journey that you both want to share. That's it for today's Ask Todd. However, before you end, I'd like you to like this video. Please feel free to leave a comment, like my YouTube page, and don't forget to press the notification bell such that as content is put out each and every day, that you don't miss a trip in this journey. I look forward to talking to you again. Bye for now. Thank you, and take good care of yourself.